And ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a second stream today. We were trying to do a little CRJ action going down to Sarasota in this beautiful weather that you can see here, and it was a complete disaster. Something changed with the last update to the Aerosoft CRJ, so the throttles were all messed up, and then remember there's no weather radar, so couldn't see all these nasty sails to try to bob and weave around them. So we're going to take two on this one and switch back over to the Airbus and give it a shot in this airplane. So pretty much the aircraft is already pre-set up in a turn status other than the APU's not running. So all we got to do is jump in and get all of the info put into the McDo, and I think we'll be just about ready to roll. So let's jump on in and get it knocked out. So today's flight going to depart off of runway 27 left on the bang to departure. LUCKK transition. We'll clear out this user fix. Then HONID. Then HEVVN will be the transition onto the arrival. Go to Sarasota, ILS-32 on the Tegan 2. Let's see. Oh, no vias. HEVVN transition. Let's do it again. HEVVN's in there. Insert. It's probably going to have HEVVN twice. Nope. Looks like it actually worked for once. this user fix will probably screw stuff up. And you know we can't get rid of it. Alright, so we'll do ATL VOR1. I think SRQ has a nav aid. Yep, throw that in there. Go to the inlet B. So fuel weight CG block fuel is 16.7, which should cross checks with SimBrief. Yep, 16.7. And then under performance, we're going to go flaps 2, flex toga, 18 on the transition, and then our V speeds. We're going to do a toga takeoff due to the wet runway and thunderstorms that are clearly in the area. Alright, so that's all set up. We'll go constraints, and then we'll pull the latest Addons. Everything else is good. We'll lock the door. So we're loaded up, about ready to go. Finish up the overhead. Everything else looks great. We'll run through APU fire test. Start the APU. And we'll, while that's doing that, engine 1 and engine 2. Check this Addons. Let's go to door. Cool. The back door is closed. I do believe we still have our power. So we'll pull that. And we can pull the jet bridge. We'll call over the tug. The Black Rifle coffee cup. I'm the one and only that's got that. A good buddy of mine painted that for me. Love my Black Rifle coffee, as you can see. Alright, so tug is hooked up. Initial climb altitude out of here is 10,000. We'll go through a departure briefing real quick. So over here on the Bravo concourse, we'll taxi out of the ramp down Lima to Lima Alpha, short 27 right, depart on there. We've got 12,390 feet of wet runway. Anything before V1, any issues, we'll stop and assess the problem there. After V1, we're going flying and we'll assess the problem airborne. Our current takeoff weight is 145.5, which is right at max landing, so by the time that we would take off, if we had to come back, we should be underweight. Departing on the Bang 2, initial climb altitude 10,000. Off 27 left, we'll climb to a heading of 275, then direct slaw, and then bang, maintain 250 until rivet. Rivet is here. So even if we get above 10,000 before rivet, we have to stay at 250. After rivet, we'll accelerate. Acceleration climb altitude today is 1,500 feet off the ground. From there, we'll go into climb power. Any questions? I don't hear or see no questions in the chat. So, I say we're ready to go. Let's get on to getting on. Make sure there's nothing that I missed, because I will miss something. Addons info papa as a 2241Z, which was just a few minutes ago. 290 at 4, 6 miles, light rain, thunderstorms. Missed, few at 700. Scattered at 2,200 CBs. Cumulonimbus. Broken 4,000, overcast 15,000. Temperatures 23, dew point 22, altimeters 30,000. Lightning is distant. Thunderstorms dissipated to the north and the east. Distant northeast, southeast, and south. Departing off runways 26 left, 27 right. That's right, because 27 left is an arrival runway. So let's change that real quick before we get going. Would help if I... Jesus Christ, I even briefed 27 right, but we got 27 left in the box. So 27 right. Alright. Now, I think we are ready to go. Let's get underway. Parking brakes released. And senior tug driver is cleared to push. I don't think there's a tug. Nope. Even though there's one sitting right there, none hooked up. So that's great. Alright, so we have been cleared to start. So we'll switch over to the throttle camera. We'll start the timer. Good bleed air. And start engine 1. So we'll do things a little differently today. We're going to taxi out on a single engine taxi. So we'll still do our after start flow as you usually would, but with just doing things with one engine. So normal spoilers, reset rudder trim, flaps should be 2. Yep, flaps 2. TA trimmed to 30%. CG is set. We'll leave the APU on. Release the ground control, electric pump. After start checklist, engine NIS is off, yellow electric pump is on, rudder trim 0 after start's complete. We didn't do the before start, that's okay, because we're just sim pilots, not real pilots. Alright. Let's get out of here. Clear left, clear right. Pick up some speed, and then we'll start engine number 2. In the real Airbus, idles have to be, the throttles have to be in idle to start the engine. And after start, we'll need 3 minutes for the engines to warm up. It'll be good to get out of here. Alright. Yellow electric pump off, and start engine 2. Look how much speed we're bleeding. Man, we're slowing down real fast. Well, hope controllers don't mind us stopping right here, because it looks like we're going to. It's not even our choice. Alright, park and brake set. Well, we've been streaming quite a bit today, and it's gotten a little warm in the computer room. So, to cool down, have a little truly. A slightly healthier drink of choice compared to a nice Corona Extra, to be specific, precise. All right, got a good start on engine number 2. Reset for the 3-minute warm-up, and again we'll run back to the flow. Engine mode selected normal. We're armed. It's reset. Flaps are already set. TA trim is set. Now we come up to the APU, kill it, and keep the taxi going. And it helps if you release the parking brake. Right, brake check. Pressure's green. Flight controls check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. Now the FO, wasn't me. We'll do there silently. Flight controls checks complete, and do the before takeoff flow.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Alright. Before takeoff checklist, gross weight comparisons complete, pitch trim 30%, CG set, V1, VR, V2, flex, 128, 129, 133, toga. Flashman's checked, flight controls checked, ECM memo, takeoff all green, ECM status is checked, predicted wind shear is on auto, TCAS, code set, TAR, cabin crews advised, mini brief is complete, before takeoff checklist to the line is complete. And I don't know what the hell, but it was doing the same thing earlier when I was trying to do the aerosol. When it's like the aircraft's not taxiing as easy as it should. It's taking more power to get the aircraft rolling. And I think I've only got, because I carried over from the CRJ planning on SimBrief, I think I only have like 30 something passengers on here, so shouldn't be all that hard to have the airplane roll. I love this Delta livery. I wish I could have this with a little bit of dirt and oil slicks on it. But I love the black mask around the windshield. It looks freaking awesome. Almost down to the end of the runway. Bit of a long taxi today. Let's find us a good view for departure. Let's do this one. Alright, so we're almost at Lima Alpha. Finish up our checklist. B4, takeoff, checklist below the line, takeoff runway. So y'all can see it. Runway 27 right is confirmed. Fuel, 14.3 is required, and we have 16.5 on board. Carrying an alternate today of Fort Myers. Engine mode selector is normal. Bleeds packs are set. So before takeoff checklist below the line is complete, and we are ready to get the hell out of here. But this has been a long-winded stream already. Lights, camera, and action. It seems like the plane's not turning as good as it's supposed to. Maybe that's a, you know what I bet it is? I bet it's Microsoft Flight Sim's translation of a contaminated / wet runway. That's probably why the like wheel and ground friction is completely different. All right. Let's get the hell out of here. Mantoga SRS runway auto thrust blue. Thrust set. V1. Rotate. As Captain Canada says, rotate. Alright. Positive rate. Gear up. Acceleration altitude, nose down, accelerate, positive turn on the airspeed, thrust climb, climb. Let's go open climb. No, wrong button. Jeez. Task saturated. Or just idiot. Open climb, nav. Right on those flight directors. Alright, there's flaps 1 and flaps up. I'm going to select 250 so that we meet the speed restriction. Still hand flying it. Keep it on those flight directors. So we're getting into some pretty bad stuff here. Autopilot 1. That way we can focus on getting some good views and this nasty stuff. Woohoo! Never gets old. Passenger, I'd probably be a slight bit nervous. And let's get rid of this camera here. And I'll tell you what, we'll get rid of my face too, so you can enjoy these views. And let's climb it on up. We'll go up to 19,000. Thrust climb, open climb. my buddy Rio would say, back in the soup. And out of the soup. And in a minute, we'll go back to the soup. We have a problem. AP looks good. Not really sure why we're getting this. Cabin pressure, excess cabin altitude. Cabin altitude is it's weird. Packs are on. Recycle the packs. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have to turn around. Or we can just ignore it and keep going. Rio, if you're watching, my friend, I will let you make the decision. Should we continue with excessive cabin pressure altitude, or should we make emergency descent and head back to Atlanta? God knows if we can even get the McDo to do that. Surely that's not some random failure. I don't think this thing can even do failures. Say we just keep on get out of here. If this were the Phoenix Airbus, then I would turn around, because I know the McDo would do what it's supposed to do and we could make it back to Atlanta, but don't think do it in the fly-by-wire. Mercy descent, go back to Atlanta. Alright, well, because Rio said so, I guess we're gonna try to head back. So let's get down to 10,000. Slow down. Nothing like emergency descent in thunderstorms. Now we got icing. Gave me. We're just gonna do it. Move gear down. Which probably can't do in icing conditions. Shouldn't do. But we're gonna do it. Emergency descent captain's authority. You will respect my authority. Well, boys and girls, this is an interesting change of events. Should be able to come down even faster. Try 4,000 feet per minute. Set up for the arrival pretty quick. We're 36 miles from Atlanta in a straight line. Should be a good time to have packs going. TFDI packs, make an emergency descent and diversion. Air return. Weather's definitely a lot better in Atlanta. Alright, might be hard for y'all to read, but winds are 290 at 3. Transition temperature is 23, and the altimeter is the same. It's got us going to, I don't even know what fix that is, but it's not the one that I chose. why I don't trust. Yeah, I said go to CJ, and it put in Grimpy. Whatever. We're down to 4,000 feet. We'll just roll with the punches. Gear back up. Stutter. It's got to load that traffic at the airport. That's probably what it's doing. So we got this big sail right out in front of us. We'll go into heading mode and try to miss that thing. We'll shoot that gap on the north side of it. Auto brake low. Performance is set. Yeah, let's see. Somebody's at my house. Oh, my girlfriend's home. Great. She's not going to be too happy that I'm still on the computer when she gets home. And the dog's going to bark until she gets inside. Well, I guess now that she's home, we got to expedite our arrival even more so. Miles from Gimpy. Daggone dog. Go ahead and slow down a little bit more. everything's good now that we're below 10,000. We'll go flaps 1. Shallow out this turn. So another Airbus is not going to handle that 90-degree turn very well. We'll go flaps 2. And we'll start a descent down to 3,000 just so we can stay below this glide slope. I don't like to capture the glide slope before capture the localizer. Miles from the airport.
2,500.
Look star. Now I know this airplane's going to really struggle to get back on the localizer. 9-mile final. Comes the glide slope. Don't know what the missed approach altitude is because I don't have a plate pulled up. So you gotta always prepare, just in case something goes wrong. You should have return plates pulled up. Alright, we're starting down. Go gear down. On the spoilers. And make sure we activated the approach. I think the missed approach altitude is 4,000, so we'll just go with that.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Alright, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. 1,200 feet off the ground. Alright, got approach lights. My airplane, well, had approach lights. Flight by hand.
500. 400. 400. 300. 200. 200.
Continue. 200 would be the minimums. I got a break in the rain. Perfect time.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Yeah, Rio, eat that one. Catch up with that negative 92. Pretty sure Volanta is a little more forgiving. You don't say less than that. 60 knots. Man, every time auto brake's low and it still heats up the brakes. Clean up. Go this way so we can get to the gate a little faster. Man, this airplane will not turn hardly at all on this wet ground. Yep, the runway the runway is definitely contaminated. Sir Zulu 365. Go back to the same gate that we were at. Now we can start those brake fans. And it is pouring. It's definitely old weather because it's definitely not 6 miles light rain like it was saying in the Addons. But that's okay. Makes this much more interesting. I'll find the daggum. Oh, is that it? Hard to find the line. Alright, park and brake set. too. Probably should have been another way around. It's okay. Get out of my face. Alright, well, we'll call maintenance. Have them start working on this airplane. And hopefully they have a tail swap and a new crew, because I just timed out and won't be able to keep this flight going. So we didn't make it to Sarasota like we planned, but nonetheless made for an interesting short string. So for everybody that came along and enjoyed this crazy eventful stream with me, I appreciate you sticking around and hanging out with. And until the next one, everybody have a great day.